12% chance of anything isn't very likely, right? Well, consider this, the Lakers currently have a 12% probability of securing a spot in the NBA playoffs. However, with the presence of arguably the greatest player in league history, LeBron James, and one of the top defensive players in the game today in Anthony Davis, it wouldn't shock me if the Lakers embarked on another deep playoff run. And by the end of today's video, you'll believe it as well. It's no secret that this Laker team has been a disappointment so far this season. After making it all the way to the Western Conference Finals in the season prior, many had them as title favorites this season. But at the time of making this video, the Lakers currently have a below 500 record. If you had told anybody in the offseason that Anthony Davis would be healthy for this Lakers team and LeBron would be playing in prime form, you would say, well, the Lakers are the 1 seed, right? The Lakers mainstays LeBron James and Anthony Davis have been absolutely balling out so far this season. Davis is having a career year, averaging 25 points and 12 rebounds while blocking 2.6 shots per game, while also getting into passing lanes, racking up a steal a game also. And when we look at the numbers for LeBron James, we see his usual 25, 7 and 7 with 1.5 steals. However, what's been different this season for LeBron is his shooting efficiency. On the season so far, LeBron has shot 40% from 3 and 52% from the field overall, which has improved greatly from the season prior. But the problem isn't LeBron James and Anthony Davis, it's every other player on the roster. Starting with Austin Reeves, it was clear at the beginning of the season that he was somewhat lethargic from his time spent with the USA team in the World Cup in the off-season. His numbers would suggest that he's having his best season yet, however, we expected a lot more from him. Reeves has upped his numbers from 13 points a game to 15 points a game, which is not the leap the Lakers were expecting. But most importantly, his three-point percentage went down from 39% last year to 34% this year. This huge drop-off is a big reason the team's record isn't looking too hot right now. Other guys like Rui Hachimura and D'Angelo Russell have been also underwhelming, not being able to contribute consistent offense or defense, and the newcomers haven't performed either. Looking back, the Lakers made their first mistake in free agency, as they decided to re-sign D'Angelo Russell and move on from Dennis Schroeder. It's been clear throughout D'Lo's time in the league that he's just not a winning player, and at this point I'm not even sure if he should be a starter on any team in this league. As it stands right now, there doesn't appear to be a clear strength in his game, as his defense has been lackluster along with the offense. For the team overall, it's a similar story, having a 15th rated defense and the 20th worst offense in the league, middling in both categories. A championship caliber team should have at least one of these in the top 10 and preferably both. Take the Boston Celtics for example, who actually rank top 5 in both categories, with the 5th rated offense and the 3rd best defense. It's clear that the Lakers are going to have to make some moves come trade deadline if they're going to get any better, and later on in this video I'll outline 3 exact trades that the team must make to win the title this season. Unlike some people, I don't believe the Lakers need to make drastic changes. The problem with the current players on the roster is that there's a lot of guys who basically play the same role. With a lot of players on the roster who are supposed to be positive defenders, they need to package a few of these guys away for somebody who can contribute on the offensive side of the ball as well. With Taurean Prince, Rui Hachimura, Jared Vanderbilt and Cam Reddish, somebody or maybe even 2 of these guys must go. With all 4 not necessarily being lockdown defenders and also not able to hit water if they fell out of a boat, these guys are definitely on the chopping block. Many fans and analysts have been pushing for the Lakers to trade for Zach LaVine, however I don't believe he'll fix all their issues. LaVine is having a down year scoring wise and has been dealing with a foot injury. So let's piece together some impactful trades that will actually help the Lakers win the title at the end of the season. The upcoming trade deadline is shaping up to be very similar to the last season's deadline. A lot of buyers and not many sellers, meaning there will be an abundance of teams bidding and only a handful of players available. The first trade isn't a blockbuster move at all, and it could save the Lakers from parting away with key players and draft picks. This deal sees the Lakers trade away Jared Vanderbilt and Taurean Prince to the Grizzlies in return for the sharpshooter Luke Kennard. Kennard has shot a ridiculous 43% from 3 on 5 attempts per game over his 8 seasons in the league. Vanderbilt can not only space the floor for LeBron, but he's also not been playing great defense. While Taurean Prince has got potential to be one of the best role players in the league, his shot hasn't been falling and the Lakers don't have time to mess around as LeBron is 39 years old. This deal keeps the Lakers core intact but adds one of the best shooters in the game today. The second trade would see the Charlotte Hornets' Terry Rozier head west to join the Lakers. In a deal with the Hornets, the Lakers would send D'Angelo Russell, Jalen Hood-Schifino, Maxwell Lewis and the 2029 first round pick in return for the veteran scorer and playmaker. Since his time in Charlotte, Terry Rozier has flown under the radar, quietly putting up 24 points a game with 7 assists, 1.1 steals, shooting an effective 36% from deep. In the deal, the Hornets would be happy parting ways with Rozier and taking a flyer on Russell, but most importantly, they gain 3 young players to develop, while they get Maxwell Lewis and another first later down the line when the Lakers probably aren't going to be that good. The third and final deal is the best one yet, as it sends DeJounte Murray from the Atlanta Hawks to the Lakers. The pairing between him and Trae Young has not gone to plan as it appears to be clunky and dysfunctional at times. The package would include Rui Hachimura, Cam Reddish, and 2 draft picks, a second in 2027 and a first in 2029. DeJounte Murray is proficient in scoring, playmaking, and defense, averaging 21 points a game, 5 assists, 1.4 steals, shooting an effective 38% from 3, a number that the Lakers are particularly intrigued by. Moving forward with the DeJounte Murray trade, we can envision the rest of the season. At the time of making the deal, the Lakers would likely have a 500 record, seeing them at roughly the 8th seed. With Murray, it would take weeks to build chemistry, likely falling below 100 for a short while, but then rocketing back up for a postseason run. Coming into the playoffs, the Lakers would most likely have to play through the play-in tournament once again, making light work of their opponents, earning the 7th seed to face the OKC Thunder in the first round. This would be a great matchup for the Lakers, having Murray to guard Shea, and the size of AD and LeBron would dominate the Thunder's front court. If I had to predict a winner in this series, I would take the Lakers in 5 games. The second round would be the toughest test for the Lakers, as they would likely see the Denver Nuggets. Denver's regular season hasn't been as good as last season. With them currently being the 3 seed, it would still be a tough series, but with the departure of Bruce Brown, the Nuggets bench hasn't been anywhere near as good as last season. Because of this, I could see the Lakers taking advantage and winning in 6 or 7 games, as Anthony Davis is the best possible matchup for Nikola Jokic, while DeJounte Murray would be the wild card in the series. Not only could he limit Jamal Murray to under 20 points a game, but he could also put up 20 himself, basically playing Jamal out of the series, leaving Jokic to shoulder the scoring burden. In series past, we've seen when Jokic is forced to score the ball, the Nuggets are easier to beat as the others aren't in rhythm, not connecting on threes at a high enough level. Because of this, the Lakers would have a strong chance to make it back to the Western Conference Finals, where they would likely face off against the Los Angeles Clippers. The Clippers would have beaten the Timberwolves in a 6 to 7 game series in the second round, as I don't think the Timberwolves are ready for the moment just yet. With the Clippers absolutely rolling in the current time of making this video, the Lakers would be in serious trouble, but let's break it down. The Clippers would start James Harden, Norman Powell, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, and Ivica Zubac. DeJounte Murray would be tasked with containing Harden, while Taurean Prince would be matched up with Paul George and LeBron with Kawhi. In their matchups so far this season, it was the Lakers who won both games, as their size and strength proved difficult for the Clippers to deal with, while LeBron was able to play elite defense on Kawhi Leonard. With this being said though, I would back the Clippers in the series, as a fully healthy Kawhi Leonard in the postseason turns into Michael Jordan, while if he somehow has an off night, Paul George and James Harden is there to take the scoring load, while Russell Westbrook is not giving the Lakers bench any chance to catch their breath. Of course though, it's highly likely that the Clippers won't be fully healthy, and James Harden usually isn't playing his best basketball in the postseason. If the Clippers are struggling with personnel issues, then I would see the Lakers winning in 6 games. In the NBA Finals, we would likely see a historic matchup between the Boston Celtics and the Los Angeles Lakers, which would make for a highly physical and contested series. With Murray spending most of his time guarding Tatum and Brown, it would be the Porzingis versus Davis matchup that would prove to be the most crucial. In the game versus the Celtics on Christmas Day, AD finished with a remarkable 40 points, 13 rebounds, and a block on 57% shooting, while for Porzingis, he put up 28 points and 11 rebounds with 2 steals and 2 blocks, as his Celtics beat down the Lakers 126 to 115. In the game, it never felt like the Lakers were seriously in it, as they were out-rebounded, which is a bad sign for this Lakers team, who are supposed to use their size as a weapon. The two-way dominance by the Celtics was overwhelming for the Lakers to contain, allowing 6 Celtics into double digits. For me, the Lakers should be heavily scouting the Celtics, as they could use this as a blueprint for how they should play. In a series with Boston, even with the new pieces, I'd still have to back the Celtics. But who would you back? Let me know in the comments below.